Good day, everyone. This is Alvin again from the Philippines, and today we are going to talk. This is kind of a random topic, really. I just thought about it minutes ago, and I was actually thinking whether do you think there will be a continental selection this year or not? And I decided let's just go ahead and talk about it. Now, our topic for today is whether there will be a continental selection for this year's Miss Universe 2020 and what do I think about it and what do I wanted to see. Now, let's all go back to the past and remind ourselves that the continental selection started in 2017, and as what we have noticed, this happened simply because there are equal number of, not really equal, but at least the number of candidates per regions are close. Europeans versus the Americas versus Asia Pacific and Africa. And I know many of us before were confused, why are Asia Pacific and Africa combined and not separate these two continents? But it was later on we realized that the main reason why they were combined, it's because once the number of candidates from Africa and Asia Pacific are combined, the total number are making it at least almost close to the total number of the delegates from the Americas and Europe. So that makes it at least almost equal when it comes to the selection. And to be honest, I was against the continental selection at first, but later on, as the continental selection goes on every year, I started to love it. I started to appreciate the beauty in the continental selection. And this year, we were actually confused before whether there will be a continental selection or not because the number of candidates are not the same compared to what we saw before the previous editions, because of course there's a pandemic this year. But yesterday, was it yesterday? But Nika from Miss You Updates in Instagram just posted a collage. But I'll post it here. Just posted a compiled pictures of candidates from each region, and as what you can see, Asia Pacific got 20 candidates so far, confirmed and official. The European region got 25, and the Americas got 29. And if you ask me, the numbers are still very close because they are still in the 20s, most of them. And if you ask me, do I want to see a continental selection this year? I would like to say yes. And the reason why I would love to see continental selection is because I wanted more candidates from the European region. And let me just say, this is the strongest group of European ladies so far, based on what we have seen in the past. But let's be honest, if there will be no continental selection this year, I can assure you, this will just be like any other previous years of Miss Universe where continental selection didn't happen, where the European delegates barely make it in the first cut. We can only see one European, two Europeans, or worse, none at all. So this is the reason why I saw the beauty of the continental selection, because we're seeing a lot of at least equal number of European candidates placing. But as what we have seen in the past, since the continental selection started, many Europeans are still, they still doesn't last that long. Because in 2017, when the continental selection started, only one European made it in the top 10. And that was Spain. Was it top 10? Top 10. That was Spain. And the rest were eliminated after the first cut. In 2018, no European candidates made it in the top 10. All of them were eliminated after the first cut. The 5 of them were eliminated after the first cut. And in 2019, we only saw 2 Europeans made it in the top 10, and that was France and Iceland. And if you look at it, if you look at the number of the European delegates who made it in the top 20 but were eliminated right away, imagine, do you really think that some of them could survive the top 20 if there were no continental selection? I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure you will agree as well that if there's no continental selection, the top 20 or this year's top 21 will be dominated by the Latinas or the representative from Asia Pacific and Africa. And I am very sure of that. And that makes me sad because I love a lot of European candidates this year. And to be honest, as what I've said earlier, this is the strongest European delegates. And this is the first time that I am struggling to pick my top 5 personal favorites from Europe, because there's more than 5 of them that I really love. And this is the reason why I wanted to see a continental selection, because I wanted to see at least 5 of them made it in the top 21. Because again, as what I have said, if there will be no continental selection, the top 21 will be dominated by Asians or the Latinas. I mean, in the Asian region alone, there's already a lot of strong candidates. Asia Pacific and Africa, I mean. We have South Africa, India, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Australia. There's already 8 of them. And there's still others whom I haven't mentioned. Let's talk about the Latinas. There's a lot of them. Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, USA, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, and many, many more that I can't mention right now. I mean, imagine if there will be no continental selection this year. So this is the reason why, if you ask me, I wanted to see a continental selection still. There's still no official announcement whether there will be a continental selection or not. But if you ask me, I will go for continental selection. This is already the 4th year of the continental selection, and there are still people who are against continental selection. So I would love to know your thoughts about it. Would you love to see a continental selection, or would you love to see a top 21 purely based on scores and performance alone? Again, the only reason why I wanted to see a continental selection is representation. And I believe that's what IMG is pushing for. Representation for all regions. And without continental selection, we may not see many Europeans in the top 21. Unless, of course, they perform very well. But then again, my commentaries are based purely on the data and based purely on the performances that we have seen in the last edition. So again, let me ask you that question. Would you love to see a continental selection this year or not? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.